Alright folks, welcome back, and this is Drone 2 Robotics. And today, we are going to be reviewing the Holystone hs170, which, by the way, I've had this for over a year. I've flown it and crashed it too many times to count. So what we're going to do in this video is, of course, do a quick overview, basically how the controls work, what my personal experience with this drone has been, and why I recommend this drone to you. Now, you can get this off of, like, eBay or Amazon for, I do believe it's like $30. In my opinion, this is one of the best, if not the best, beginner drones. This thing is easy to control, it's a good indoor drone, and it's a good outdoor drone. It withstands the wind quite well. It has multiple modes that go on. You like mode 1 for speed. It's the first speed. Mode 2, second speed. Mode 3, which is like a racing speed. Now, I do believe there's been like 3 versions of this drone. There was the first version, which came out like 5 or 6 years ago. That was called the Holystone HS Predator. And then there was the Holystone hs170G, which was black, and that drone never really took off in the market. Not really sure why. I don't personally own that one anyway. So, and then there was this version, the Holystone hs170. Just the Holystone hs170. I don't know why they just switched it to the Holystone hs170, especially when before it had been called the Predator, then like the 170G, and now it's just the 170. And actually, I did a video comparing the old version and the new version, so go check that video out. It's like the last video I did. So that video just explains the differences between the two. Now, the average flight time I get on this drone is about 7 to 9 minutes, 7 to 10, 8 to 10 minutes, somewhere in that range. It depends. When they do a range, you know, like, hey, it has a 14-minute battery life. What companies like to do, what they like to do is, that's in ideal conditions. That's not outside in the wind. If you were outside in the wind flying it, it'd probably be like a 6 or 7 minute battery life. But if you're flying it indoors, you know, completely calm, perfect environment, you'd probably get like 10 minutes out of it. Which actually, I bought like 4 batteries for it. Now, let me show you what all the buttons on this controller do. So, of course, you got your left joystick, your right joystick. By pressing down on the right joystick is flip. So you can press down on it, and then you can flip it in any direction you want, and it'll cause the drone to flip. And also a second option for when, if you want to be able to flip your drone, is there's a flip right there. Yeah, right, literally right there. Right here is your speed mode, so you can choose your speeds. There's 3 speeds this drone has. Down here is your headless mode, which a lot of people like using it. I personally don't use the headless mode that much. There's the auto takeoff and auto land. Then you got your trimmers, your forwards, backwards, left, and right. And then, of course, your power on button. Now, this controller takes 2 AA batteries. So let me show you how to pair this drone and what it's like in the air. So first things first, we're going to plug the drone in just by connecting these 2 wires, and the drone will start flashing medium slow. I said it'll just start flashing. You turn your controller on. You go up with your left joystick and then down, and the drone is connected. Now to calibrate it. When you calibrate this drone, to calibrate it, you're going to want it completely level. So this makes the drone float completely level in the air. So to calibrate it, you bring your left and your right joystick down to the bottom left corner. Hold it there, and the drone will flash fast and then stop flashing. Now you are ready to take off. Now you take off by just pressing the 1-key takeoff here. And we are up in the air. As you can tell, this is a super duper stable drone. I mean, I don't know if you could ask for a much more stable. Very, very stable and very easy to control. And then for landing, all you do is just hold down the joystick. And there you go, as easy as that. Or, of course, you can land it by pressing the 1-key land, which is automatic landing. Very ideal for beginners. I mean, you couldn't ask for a better ideal. Not just that it's easy to control, it's just that if you crash it, more than likely it'll be fine, because this is pretty freaking crash resistant. I mean, it's got the blade guards all the way around it. If you land it too hard, it has these little plastic things which act as like little spring things, so shock absorption. Also, there is another feature on this drone. So when you land it, there's 2 options of taking off. There's either you cannot take off by using the joystick, of course. There's no way to get it started and slowly take off. You got to either hit the 1-key takeoff, or you can give it a nice little toss, which I'm going to sit back here because I don't know if I completely trust it. There we go. And it's up in the air. So you can just toss. It's either a toss or you can take off by hitting the 1 key takeoff. But really, I just find this an enjoyable, easy to control, and not to worry about crashing, you know, that much, because I know it's going to be pretty safe with the build instruction and everything. I mean, I've crashed it, oh gosh, countless times. Countless times I've crashed this thing, and it survived all of them. The older version survived months outside in the winter months, laying upside down, and when I put a new battery in it, it took off and acted like it. I couldn't believe it. Of course, you know, the bottom dry rotted. I also made a video on that if you want to go check that out as well. I think it is highly underrated. I mean, I think this should be like on the top of the toy list. That this should be like on the top of the toy, buy for your kids, whatever. This should be on #1, in my opinion. Holy Stone, you did an excellent freaking job with this drone. I love this thing. So if you're looking for a drone to have fun with, just to buy and have fun with, or if you're just wanting to learn how to fly drones, start here. My personal opinion, don't buy a $500 drone and then fly it, crash it, and there went $500. Buy this one. I even crashed this one in a mud puddle. It survived. Of course, I took a hairdryer to it just to be safe and dried it off, but turned out to be okay. What you get in the package, of course, you get the drone, a controller, a battery, a screwdriver, prop remover, instructions, and also 4 extra props along with 4 extra screws. So for $30, my opinion, this is the way to go. And after having this for a year, flying it and crashing, I mean, I've flown this thing probably over 100 times, at least. And I still have the original battery that it came with, of course, along with some newer ones that I got. But how many drones for $30 can last over a year, countless times crashing it in the mud puddle, and still work with no issues once? How many drones are like that? That's why my personally, Holy Stone is not a sponsor. I just personally love them. Their products are excellent. Highly recommend this to you. So I guess until next time, this is Drone 2 Robotics.